Yo, hello guys, Infinitel here. Fighter Jets has been out for about a week now. How is your flying experience so far? This is Jet Tips for Beginner, with a 57-0 deathless gameplay as an example. I see enemy jet at 11 o'clock high. What's the cooler way to start the tips than taking down enemy jet, boys? Hostile F-45A down. Wow, that was some intro. Another jet spotted. I don't think he noticed us. Let's cut from here. Now right on his tail. This should be an easy kill. That's another jet down. Look at the damage of the 25mm. That is one reliable weapon. And that was two relatively easy jet kills within the first 2 minutes. Situational awareness right from the beginning is very important. That's why my first tips is start of the round tactic. As we saw earlier, we don't want to be like those two pilots who easily shot down. We want to be at their 6. Fly anywhere except the red circle. I usually fly straight to the side of the map, the green square, then safely scan for enemy jets there. Go straight to the middle of the map only when we see a target, just like what I did before. The sky is so crowded in the first 2 to 4 minutes, especially in the map like Vault, where we have 2 jets each team. It's so easy to stuck in 1 versus 2 dogfight situation. Avoid the red circle. This is my keybinds and sensitivity. I'm using default aim, not rifle aim. You can pause the video if you want to. Pretty much default keybinding. Just adding mouse 4 for afterburner. I'm more comfortable that way. And for sensitivity, just tweak the first person roll and pitch to 7. And I guess just default for everything else. And now the exciting part about the jets, the dogfight. Although it's very interesting, but I think the first tips about dogfight is actually the hardest one to swallow. Because as a beginner, dogfight is actually complicated and relies heavily on muscle memory, so it takes time to learn. Here, let me show you. Hostile jet spotted, 12 o'clock, firing rocket missile. That's 2 rocket hit, but let's pause for a while. Where should we go now? How many times we lost track of enemy jet the moment we lost visual on him like this? This is called the merge, a neutral position after a head-on, where both pilots lost visual. So how do we find him? This feels like multiple choice tests back in the school. But seriously, should we switch, pitch back, or follow? Technically in this situation we track him through a radar. He goes left in the radar, so we follow left. But which altitude? High or low? We figured that out based on his last known direction. This is his last known direction before disappearing into our blind spot. He went up. So we go up too, while follow his movement and try to get a shooting position through a radar. This is what's going on inside my head in slow-mo version during that dogfight, and I'll add timer to track how long that thinking process actually takes. Firing rocket salvo. He goes up, so I go up as well, still going left on a radar, not switching, tracking his movement. He's heading right now. There he is. Now try to cut to get the shooting position. Angle looks good, this should be it. Shooting. That's a kill. 18 seconds of thinking process. Now let's see how fast we have to think like that in a normal time scenario. I'm gonna go silent because I can't talk as fast as that. 9 seconds. So we have to cut 18 seconds of analyzing and decision making, all of that thinking process into just 9 seconds. And gentle reminder, that was just one loop. Sometimes you gotta do many loops to win the fight. Like I said earlier, dogfight is complicated and relies heavily on muscle memory. Takes time to master it. My first tips about dogfight will be enjoy the learning process. Sometimes we will lose our enemy, sometimes we cannot follow him after we lost visual on him, and it's okay. Go easy on ourselves. With time and practice, we will master it. A hard one to swallow, but luckily I have a happier tips for you. Abusing the VTOL mode. Let me show you. Enemy jet spotted far behind me. Now let's trick him. Engaging VTOL mode. Look at this, he fell right into our trap. Simply camping and simply taking down enemy jet. Here's another one, enemy jet spotted, far ahead of us. Engaging camping mode, VTOL mode. And now we wait for our prey to take the bait. Here we go. Firing rocket, switching to 25mm, and that's a kill. The idea comes from a helicopter camping at the sky ceiling. It's a tough one to kill a camping heli that's ready for us. So why don't we camp at the sky ceiling and be ready for them as well? Switching to VTOL mode is pretty effective. And you can do this during a close dogfight as well. But it's actually a plan B, it's more of a trick than a skill. In the long run, I think we better rely on our dogfighting skill. Sooner or later, good pilots will know how to counter this trick. Let me show you the example. Just a regular dogfight, but notice there are two enemy jets on the radar. One down, one to go. There he is, and already shooting at us. He's going right on a radar. There he is, but not gonna follow. I'm gonna create some distance. In previous engagement, he's relying on VTOL mode during a close dogfight. He's going down, let's follow. Checking our 6, let's see what he is up to now. Look at that, he's gone. Looks like he tried for that trick. But neither has a good angle now. And look at that, he's gone again. Looks like he still rely on VTOL mode. Going left on a radar, let's follow. Now look at this. That is not good. A pretty good dogfight actually, but end up just like this. To be fair, he shot me down in the previous dogfight. I took the bait, I fell for it. But I figured out the counter for it just in the next dogfight. So imagine what I and so many other pilots will figure it out in the next week. We can do this trick when engaging helicopters too, but I recommend we do this from above or below our target, because this is pretty lucky, to be honest. And now about losing our 6, let's see this together. Enemy jet behind us, initiating defensive maneuver. I see he cannot follow through a radar. And there he is. That defensive maneuver is called the split S, one of many defensive maneuver alongside down spiral, rolling scissors, and it's used by real fighter pilots, so it's pretty cool and effective. He cannot follow us because he will crash if he does, so he had to disengage. It's a simple maneuver actually, like in the picture, but it takes muscle memory and how confident we are in our jet's climb rate. You can replay this clip to get used to it, but if you ask me, I don't like defensive maneuvers. They're pretty complicated. I rather prevent it before it happens. Like in the 4 minutes 54, I scan my 6, spot my target, and prevent it before he even gets on my tail. That's why I frequently scan my 6. It's very good for awareness. And I think awareness is a skill on its own, especially in a match with a lot of players in a huge area like King of the Hill, attack and defense. It's used by real athletes on a large field as well. I'd say it's a good skill to learn. That's why my next tips is scanning our 6. It's part of awareness. Scan our 6 as much as we can. We can even do this in close dogfight as well. Here is an example. Scan our 6 and spot the target. Scan again to reconfirm. Then it's a dogfight. Try to cut with high yo-yo. He's not on R12, must be at R6. There he is. Switching to right to make it harder to follow. He's still following though, and got a shooting angle apparently. Now switching to left because he's following us to right. Now doesn't have a good shooting angle anymore. Looking good. Second hostile just spotted. Great. But let's just focus on our first target, shall we? Let's try to cut him, following him through a radar. There he is, got better angle now. But none of that is the target. Now this is the endless loop dogfight I mentioned earlier. This is going on and on until forever. A cycle of analyzing and decision making in a split second. I try to cut him every single merge. One wrong decision can make either of us lose in this situation. And we got a better angle now, by the way.
We control more sectors than the enemy.
He's switching to the left, let's follow. Now we are right on his tail. Let's try to have a shooting position. I think he would have died by now if my aim was better. Look at that, it was the speed test defensive maneuver I mentioned earlier. But I know how to do it too, so we're still able to follow him. And now this should be it, no more defensive maneuver from him. That's a kill. Good dogfight. He had better angle on us in the beginning, but since I frequently scan our 6, I knew what he's up to and able to counter it. I hope this method helps you too. Like in the helicopters, we can do this too with fighter jets. It's the simplest tips I have for you. Someone looking at us, missile fired, but just fly away straight and wait for the missile lock to disappear. And that's it. Way simpler than in the helicopters. And here's another one. Incoming missile. So we just wait. That's it. So easy. Right now, at least the moment when I made this video, unlike helicopters that we can find on many maps, fighter jets only available on 3. Volt, Cyclone, Ascension. So how do we train our dogfighting skill? Playing offline won't help much. There's a trick for it, but it's just annoyingly expensive. Delta Force King of the Hill is inspired by Battlefield 2042's Conquest mode, and the jet gameplay is pretty much similar, so we can do this. Open our Steam, type Battlefield 2042, buy Battlefield 2042, and train in Battlefield 2042. Sounds very annoying, but seriously, this is effective. All the skill I share with you in this video, I learned in Battlefield 2042. The price shown is in my local currency. It's around 40 USD. So many maps with fighter jets in 2042. There are even air vehicles only mode, and 1v1 dogfight servers are pretty common as well. It's way easier to train our flying skill in 2042. Now this is more like a beginner tips. As you've heard many times before, building muscle memory is important. Having a high angle of attack helps us get a feel for this jet's climb rate, and indirectly helps us build the muscle memory. Sure, flying low looks cool, closer to our target as well, but the risk of crashing is higher as well, and especially for beginners, we don't need that high risk. And hey, fly safe can get us a flawless deathless 57-0, so why not, right? When we are pro, we will fly low, having lower angle of attack. We will definitely fly like that someday, but no need to rush it for now. This is the example. Fly very high above our target. Target spotted. Got one. And climb up just in time. Doing this over and over, the jet's movement will be in your muscle memory before you know it. And that is all the tips I have for you. I hope they help. The rest of the video will be the 57 kill streak infantry farming with no commentary. Hope you enjoyed and can learn something new from this video. Thank you for watching Future X-Pilots, and see you on another one.
Victory in sight. They can't hold much longer. Artillery barrage incoming. One objective left. You're almost there. Fuck up. Victory in sight. They can't hold much longer. The enemy's defense was stronger than expected. Fall back.